Ever wondered why some TV shows became timeless classics? They captured their era's essence and left a lasting impact. Join us as we explore 24 nostalgic TV shows that defined an era and uncover their secrets. Don't miss out. The Brady Bunch.
Hey, wow! It just came to me why Dad called this big meeting.
Why?
Well, he must think we're gonna get the money.
Ever wonder what made the Brady Bunch such an enduring icon of 1970s pop culture? Premiering in 1969, this family sitcom introduced us to the blended Brady family, where every episode tackled relatable challenges with a lighthearted touch. With its instantly recognizable theme song, the show quickly became a staple in American homes, influencing family-oriented programming for years to come. As the seasons progressed, new characters like Cousin Oliver were introduced to keep the series fresh, but ratings eventually dipped, leading to its cancellation in 1974. However, the Brady Bunch didn't fade away. Its legacy lives on through reruns, spin-offs, and countless pop culture references. Did you know that Florence Henderson, who played Carol, originally wanted her character to work outside the home? Producers opted to keep her as a stay-at-home mom, reflecting the era's norms. But which show captured the spirit of the 1950s and the 1970s? Stick around to find out as we dive into Happy Days. Happy Days.
Now, I'm telling you, you got an entire gymnasium filled with people and you're here with your new friends playing around. Now, I want you to get lost, all right?
Hey, nobody moves!
Ever wondered which show perfectly captured the spirit of 1950s America while charming audiences from the 1970s to today? Happy Days, which aired in 1974, did just that by blending nostalgia with humor in a way that resonated deeply with viewers. The show centered around the Cunningham family, with Ron Howard's Richie as the relatable everyman. But it was Henry Winkler's Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli who stole the spotlight. With his cool demeanor and iconic leather jacket, Fonzie's catchphrases like, "I?" became ingrained in American pop culture. The show's charm lay in its idealized portrayal of middle-class life after World War II. However, as the series progressed, some fans felt it jumped the shark after a famous episode where Fonzie literally did so. Despite this, Happy Days ran for 11 seasons, becoming a lasting symbol of simpler times. But what made Fonzie such an unforgettable character? The Wonder Years.
Don't accept all this death and then justify it. It is wrong. Your friends should be alive. They should be enjoying dinner and arguing with their kids just like you are.
Have you ever wondered what it was like to grow up in the turbulent 1960s and 70s? The Wonder Years offers a poignant glimpse into that era, as seen through the eyes of Kevin Arnold, played by Fred Savage. Premiering in 1988, this coming-of-age tale captured the ups and downs of adolescence with honesty and heart. The show's reflective tone was enhanced by the narration of an adult Kevin, voiced by Daniel Stern, which added depth and nostalgia, making it relatable for viewers of all ages. From Kevin's close friendship with Paul to his tender crush on Winnie, the series beautifully portrayed the innocence and complexity of youth. Praised for tackling themes like love, loss, and social change, The Wonder Years ran for 6 memorable seasons, concluding in 1993. But which show brought us the hilarious and heartwarming adventures of two best friends in Milwaukee? Stick around as we dive into Laverne and Shirley. Laverne and Shirley.
Don't worry, Agent Face, this is gonna be a piece of cake for you.
Cake.
Laverne and Shirley, a spin-off from Happy Days, gave us just that, premiering in 1976 and bringing to life the delightful antics of two inseparable pals. Penny Marshall's Laverne and Cindy Williams' Shirley charmed audiences with their slapstick humor and heartfelt moments, making the show an instant hit. The catchy theme song, "Making Our Dreams Come True," perfectly captured the spirit of optimism that defined the series. Whether dealing with their quirky neighbors, Lenny and Squiggy, or facing mishaps at the Schatz Brewery, the pair's adventures were always full of laughs and valuable lessons. However, when Cindy Williams left in the final season, ratings declined, leading to the show's end in 1983. But what made this duo so unforgettable, and how did they shape the era's TV landscape? Mor Mindy.
What is in that egg?
I don't know, man, but I hope it's healthy.
I just want to know if it's a boy, girl, or pterodactyl.
Have you ever imagined what it would be like to have an alien from outer space as a housemate? Mor Mindy brought that wild concept to life in 1978, with Robin Williams delivering an unforgettable performance as Mork, an alien from the planet Ork. Originally introduced in Happy Days, Mork's quirky character quickly became so popular that he earned his own spin-off. Paired with the down-to-earth Mindy, played by Pam Dauber, Mork's attempts to understand human customs led to endless comedic scenarios. Williams' improvisational brilliance and boundless energy made Mork an instant fan favorite, blending humor and heart in a way that resonated deeply with audiences. Although the show faced declining ratings in later seasons, leading to its cancellation in 1982, Mork remains an iconic character in television history. But what show has been teaching children valuable lessons with lovable puppets for over 50 years? Stay tuned as we explore the timeless magic of Sesame Street. Sesame Street.
Ernie, why do you have to find Dr. Livingston?
Because, Bert, there's something I have to ask him, and it's very important.
Give me a little more slack. A little more slack. There we
Dr.
go.
Livingston, I presume.
Have you ever wondered what makes Sesame Street more than just a children's show? Debuting in 1969, this groundbreaking program revolutionized educational television by using a blend of puppetry, animation, and live action to teach kids everything from numbers to social skills. Created by Joan Gans Cooney and Lloyd Morissette with the creative genius of Jim Henson's Muppets, Sesame Street quickly became a beloved fixture in households worldwide. Characters like Big Bird, Elmo, and Cookie Monster not only became household names, but also embodied the show's mission of making learning fun and accessible. Beyond teaching ABCs and 123s, Sesame Street has consistently addressed social issues, promoting diversity, kindness, and understanding. Its ability to evolve with the times while remaining true to its educational core has kept it relevant for over 5 decades. But what made the Muppets such a lasting phenomenon beyond Sesame Street? Schoolhouse Rock.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city.
Schoolhouse Rock made that dream a reality when it premiered in 1973 on ABC. This groundbreaking educational series transformed complex subjects like grammar, math, and history into catchy, unforgettable songs. Classics like Conjunction Junction and I'm Just a Bill turned dry topics into lively, memorable lessons, engaging young minds with vibrant animations and clever lyrics. The idea was sparked when David McCall realized his son could easily remember song lyrics but struggled with multiplication tables, leading to the creation of this unique educational tool. Although the original series ended in 1985, its impact has endured through reruns, DVD releases, and even new episodes in the 90s and 2000s. But what happens when you mix puppetry, comedy, and celebrity guest stars? Stick around as we dive into the unforgettable world of The Muppet Show. The Muppet Show.
Well, looks like it's another wipeout for Gonzo.
Yokos!
Have you ever wondered what makes The Muppet Show such an enduring part of pop culture? Premiering in 1976, this iconic variety show brought Jim Henson's beloved puppets to a global audience, blending comedy, music, and star-studded guest appearances in a format that appealed to both kids and adults alike. Hosted by the ever-charming Kermit the Frog, the show featured a colorful ensemble of characters like Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, and Gonzo, each delivering their unique brand of humor. The Muppets' playful antics and the unpredictability of live performances created a viewing experience that was both dynamic and timeless. Although The Muppet Show ended in 1981 after 5 seasons, its impact continues to resonate, with the characters starring in movies, TV specials, and even a recent Disney Plus series. But what about the show that turned animated blue creatures into a worldwide phenomenon? Let's explore the magical world of the Smurfs. The Smurfs.
Password, sarsaparilla. Order in the Smurf!
The Smurfs brought that fantasy to life when it premiered on NBC in 1981. Based on the Belgian comic by Peyo, this beloved animated series introduced us to a village of small blue humanoids, each with a unique personality, living in mushroom-shaped houses. Led by the wise Papa Smurf, Characters like Smurfette, Brainy, and Hefty faced off against the evil wizard Gargamel and his cat, Azrael. With its mix of fantasy, humor, and moral lessons, the Smurfs quickly captivated children worldwide. The show's catchy theme song, La La La, became an earworm for generations. Even though the series ended in 1989, the Smurfs have remained a cultural phenomenon, spawning movies, merchandise, and new animated series. But how did a group of animated urban kids, led by a big-hearted hero, teach us valuable life lessons in the 70s? Stick around as we explore the impactful world of Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids.
They never give me what I asked for.
I told you so, I told you so.
How about the rest of you cats?
Have you ever wondered how a cartoon could blend humor with powerful life lessons? Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, created by Bill Cosby, did just that when it premiered in 1972. The show followed Fat Albert and his group of friends, the Cosby Kids, as they navigated the ups and downs of growing up in an urban neighborhood. Each episode tackled serious social issues, from bullying to substance abuse, always wrapping up with a valuable moral lesson. Bill Cosby's influence was evident in the show's stories and in his voice acting for several characters, including Fat Albert himself. The balance of educational content with humor and heart made the show both entertaining and impactful for children. Running for 13 seasons, it left a lasting legacy in children's television. But what other animated series combined mystery solving with fun, making it a timeless favorite? The Flintstones?
They're trying to run us off the road! Hang on, Bonnie!
Ever wondered what life might have been like in the Stone Age with a modern twist? The Flintstones took us there, premiering in 1960 as the first primetime animated television series. Modeled after the live-action sitcom The Honeymooners, the show followed Fred and Wilma Flintstone and their friends Barney and Betty Rubble in the prehistoric town of Bedrock. The series humorously juxtaposed modern conveniences with Stone Age settings. Think cars powered by foot and dinosaurs as household appliances, creating a world that was both inventive and hilarious. Fred's iconic catchphrase, "Yabba Dabba Doo," quickly became a part of pop culture. Running for 6 successful seasons, The Flintstones ended in 1966, but its legacy continues, influencing countless animated series and expanding into feature films and merchandise. But what other animated show had us chasing ghosts and unmasking villains every Saturday morning? Stick around as we dive into the mysterious adventures of ScoobyDoo, Where Are You? ScoobyDoo, Where Are You?
What's an empty old suit of armor doing in the driver's seat of this pickup? Maybe he went out for the night. Get it?
ScoobyDoo, Where Are You? Introduced viewers to a world of mystery and humor when it premiered in 1969. Created by Joe Ruby and Ken Spears, the show followed the lovable Great Dane, Scooby-Doo, and his gang of teenage sleuths, Shaggy, Fred, Velma, and Daphne, as they traveled in the Mystery Machine, solving spooky mysteries. Each episode cleverly blended lighthearted humor with suspense, as the gang unmasked villains disguised as supernatural beings. Scooby and Shaggy's comedic antics, along with their never-ending appetite, brought a fun and relatable charm to the series. The theme song became iconic, setting the tone for countless adventures. Although the original series ended in 1970, Scooby-Doo has grown into one of the longest-running animated franchises, with spin-offs, movies, and reboots that continue to captivate audiences. But what about the animated family that brought the Stone Age to life with modern humor? HeMan and the Masters of the Universe?
The only trick we want to see is you disappearing.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wield the power of the universe? HeMan and the Masters of the Universe stormed onto television screens in 1983, captivating audiences with its mix of action, adventure, and moral lessons. Based on Mattel's popular toy line, the show followed Prince Adam, who transformed into He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, to protect Eternia from the evil Skeletor. With thrilling battles and memorable catchphrases like, "By the power of Grayskull," each episode delivered more than just excitement. It also imparted valuable life lessons to its young viewers. Though the show ran for only 2 seasons, its impact was immense, leading to spin-offs like She-Ra and multiple reboots. HeMan remains an iconic symbol of 1980s pop culture, blending fantasy, heroism, and morality. But what about a show that imagined a futuristic world with flying cars and robot maids? Stick around as we explore the high-tech hilarity of the Jetsons. The Jetsons.
Meet George Jetson. His boy Elroy.
The Jetsons offered a whimsical vision of the future when it premiered in 1962, serving as a high-tech counterpoint to the Flintstones. The show followed the Jetson family, George, Jane, Judy, and Elroy, as they navigated a utopian world filled with flying cars, robotic maids, and advanced gadgets. Although it initially ran for just one season, the Jetsons gained popularity through reruns, leading to a successful revival in the 1980s. The show's humorous yet optimistic take on what the 21st century might look like resonated deeply with audiences. Characters like the robotic maid Rosie and the family dog Astro became iconic, adding charm and warmth to the futuristic setting. Even though the Jetsons ended its run in 1987, its influence is still felt in modern depictions of the future, with its themes and visual style remaining relevant today. But how did a wealthy young boy and his eccentric millionaire father bring laughter to 1980s television? Inspector Gadget.
I'm hungry.
I'm almost finished, Penny. Wowzers. That's the top secret Gadget phone. Inspector Gadget here. What's that?
Ever wondered what it would be like if a bumbling detective had access to every gadget imaginable? Inspector Gadget answered that question when it premiered in 1983, bringing a unique blend of humor, action, and absurdity to children's television. The show followed the clumsy, gadget-equipped cyborg detective, voiced by Don Adams, as he stumbled through missions to thwart the evil Dr. Claw and his mad organization. Unbeknownst to Gadget, it was often his resourceful niece Penny and their clever dog Brain who truly saved the day, using Penny's computer book and Brain's disguises. The show's catchy theme song and the iconic catchphrase, "Go, go, Gadget," quickly became ingrained in popular culture. Despite its limited original run, Inspector Gadget has remained popular through reruns, reboots, and movies, solidifying its place as a beloved animated classic. But what happens when a young boy discovers his estranged father is a carefree millionaire? Stick around as we dive into the heartwarming and humorous world of Silver Spoons. Silver Spoons.
Don't you worry, your orchids are in good hands.
Oh, thank you. Now remember, you two, your guests here, so behave yourselves.
Silver Spoons, which premiered in 1982, offered viewers a captivating look into the life of Ricky Stratton, a young boy who reconnects with his estranged father, Edward, a carefree millionaire. The show masterfully blended humor with heart as Ricky, played by Ricky Schroeder, and his father navigated the challenges of their newfound relationship. Set in a mansion filled with toys, games, and every childhood luxury imaginable, the series provided a fantasy escape, but it also delivered valuable lessons on responsibility, maturity, and the importance of family. The dynamic between Edward's quirky, carefree antics and Ricky's more grounded perspective created a balance that was both entertaining and touching. Running for 5 seasons and concluding in 1987, Silver Spoons has remained a nostalgic favorite, celebrated for its unique mix of comedy, wealth, and family dynamics. But what exactly makes the bond between father and son so enduring and relatable? Punky Brewster.
Really old camera.
It's the first camera I ever used.
Looks like the first camera anybody ever used.
Ah, the joys of adopting a child.
Have you ever met someone whose sheer optimism could light up any room? Punky Brewster did when it premiered in 1984, telling the story of Penelope Punky Brewster, a spirited girl abandoned by her parents and taken in by Henry Warnemont, a grumpy yet kind widower. Played by Soleil Moon Frye, Punky's infectious positivity and colorful style quickly endeared her to audiences. The show balanced serious themes like abandonment and foster care with a lighthearted, family-friendly tone, addressing important issues while entertaining viewers. Punky's adventures with her best friend Shirley and her dog Brandon were full of humor and heart, making the series a hit during its 4-season run. the show's appeal was evident with its 2021 revival, where Fry returned as an adult Punky, highlighting its timeless message. But what lessons can be learned from an all-girls boarding school that teaches more than just academics? Stay tuned as we explore the facts of life. The facts of life.
Fred Burnett and his son George.
How do you do?
Yeah, Fred owns the hardware store across the street.
A hardware store? Or maybe I'll wander down and buy
We're having a special on yard rakes. Do you have a yard?
Have you ever wondered what it's like to grow up in an all-girls boarding school? The Facts of Life gave viewers a front row seat when it premiered in 1979, taking us inside Eastland School, where Mrs. Edna Garrett, played by Charlotte Ray, served as the wise house mother to a group of diverse girls. Spinning off from Different Strokes, the show quickly became a hit, praised for its honest and relatable depiction of teenage issues, with characters like Blair, Natalie, Tootie, and Joe each bringing their own unique personalities and challenges. The series captivated audiences by tackling serious topics such as body image, peer pressure, and friendship, all while keeping a lighthearted tone. Running for 9 seasons, The Facts of Life became one of the longest-running sitcoms of the 1980s, leaving a lasting legacy in television history. But what makes the lessons learned at Eastland School so timeless? Charles in Charge? Charles in Charge, which premiered in 1984, brought this unique scenario to life, blending humor and heart in a sitcom that quickly became a fan favorite. Starring Scott Baio as Charles, the show followed his adventures as he helped guide the children of 2 different families through the trials of adolescence. Charles was more than just a caretaker. He was a mentor and friend, often finding himself in humorous situations while trying to juggle his responsibilities and personal life. After the first season, the show was retooled, introducing a new family and fresh storylines that kept the series dynamic and engaging. Running for 5 seasons, Charles in Charge remains beloved for its warmth, humor, and Baio's charismatic performance. But what happens when 2 young boys from Harlem move into a wealthy family's penthouse? Stick around as we delve into the groundbreaking sitcom Different Strokes. Different Strokes.
So girls, I'm in charge, so why don't you just get lost?
Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
You guys go pick up your bedrolls and get out of here.
Who needs this?
Have you ever wondered how a sitcom could address serious social issues while still making audiences laugh? Different Strokes did just that when it premiered in 1978, breaking new ground by telling the story of 2 African-American brothers, Arnold and Willis Jackson, adopted by wealthy white businessman Philip Drummond. The show skillfully tackled issues of race and class with both humor and heart, quickly becoming a cultural phenomenon. Gary Coleman's portrayal of Arnold, with his unforgettable catchphrase, "What you talking about, Willis?" became iconic, turning him into a household name. Different Strokes resonated with viewers by addressing serious topics like racism, bullying, and substance abuse, all while maintaining a comedic tone. Running for 8 seasons and concluding in 1986, the show's legacy lives on, celebrated for its pioneering approach to television. But what made this blend of humor and social commentary so effective? I Love Lucy.
Okay, I get your message.
Now you know what I go through every morning.
All right, I'll reform.
Which premiered in 1951, is a perfect example of a comedy that has stood the test of time. Starring Lucille Ball as the mischievous Lucy Ricardo, the show followed her hilarious misadventures, often involving her husband Ricky, played by Desi Arnaz. Iconic moments like Lucy's grape-stomping fiasco or her chaotic day at the chocolate factory have become ingrained in pop culture, still making audiences laugh decades later. I Love Lucy revolutionized television with its slapstick humor and pioneering use of a 3-camera setup in front of a live studio audience, setting the standard for future sitcoms. Running for 6 seasons, the show was an instant hit, consistently topping the ratings, and remains as beloved today as it was in the 1950s. But what happens when 7 castaways find themselves stranded on a deserted island with no way home? Stick around as we set sail for the zany adventures of Gilligans Island. Gilligans Island.
Think of that. Wait a minute, I just did. I told you. Bring you around the road.
All right, girls, come on in the back of the cave.
In the back of the cave, Lovey.
Yeah. What? Okay, Minnie, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Have you ever wondered how a group of castaways could turn a deserted island into one of the most beloved settings in television history? Gilligans Island, which debuted in 1964, did just that, becoming an unexpected cultural phenomenon despite its quirky premise. The show followed 7 castaways, each with a distinct personality, from the bumbling Gilligan, played by Bob Denver, to the wealthy and refined Thurston Howell III, as they navigated life on a deserted island. The show's charm lay in its lighthearted, escapist humor and the endearing ineptitude of its characters, who were always on the verge of rescue, only to be hilariously thwarted by Gilligan's antics. Although it originally ran for just 3 seasons, Gilligan's Island gained immense popularity in syndication, becoming a nostalgic favorite that continues to entertain new generations. But what makes this simple, far-fetched story so enduring? The Twilight Zone.
Well, hello, Colonel. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, Lieutenant. I'm fine. The Major Guard here?
Have you ever questioned the nature of reality or wondered what lies beyond the ordinary? Rod Serling's The Twilight Zone, which premiered in 1959, invited viewers to explore these very questions, becoming one of the most groundbreaking shows in television history. Each episode was a standalone story, often featuring a twist ending that delved into themes of science fiction, horror, and the supernatural. Serling's thought-provoking narratives tackled complex issues like conformity, nuclear war, and the human condition, all within a suspenseful format that kept viewers on the edge of their seats. The show's ability to blend social commentary with eerie storytelling made it both a critical success and a cult favorite. Running for 5 seasons, The Twilight Zone left a lasting legacy, influencing countless films and television shows, and remains a touchstone for modern storytelling. But what happens when television takes us back to a simpler time, where small-town life and timeless values reign supreme? The Andy Griffith Show.
It was a little late this morning, keys up over the door, and I don't believe I know you.
I'm Ellie Walker, but I still don't see what you're...
The Andy Griffith Show, which debuted in 1960, offered a nostalgic glimpse into small-town life through the eyes of Sheriff Andy Taylor, played by Andy Griffith. Set in the fictional town of Mayberry, North Carolina, the show was cherished for its gentle humor, moral lessons, and unforgettable characters like the bumbling yet lovable Deputy Barney Fife, portrayed by Don Knotts. The series beautifully captured the simplicity and charm of rural America, with Andy's wise and calming presence often resolving the town's minor conflicts. The show's portrayal of a close-knit community, where everyone knew each other and problems were solved with kindness and common sense, resonated deeply with audiences. Running for 8 seasons, The Andy Griffith Show remains one of the most beloved sitcoms in American television history. But what is it about Mayberry's timeless appeal that continues to draw viewers in even today? Leave it to Beaver.
I thought it was your mother.
No, it's me. Could you help me, Dad?
Leave It to Beaver, which premiered in 1957, became the quintessential depiction of 1950s suburban family life. The show centered on the Cleaver family, particularly the youngest son, Theodore Beaver Cleaver, played by Jerry Mathers. Each episode followed Beaver's adventures and misadventures, often highlighting the innocent curiosity and mischief of childhood. With its portrayal of a wholesome, idealized American family, complete with wise Father Ward, loving Mother June, and older brother Wally, the show resonated with audiences during its 6-season run. Leave It to Beaver offered gentle moral lessons wrapped in relatable, everyday situations that captured the essence of childhood and family life. Even decades later, the show's depiction of family dynamics and childhood remains a nostalgic reminder of a bygone era, continuing to influence portrayals of family life in television and film. But what happens when television takes us out of the suburbs and into the rugged landscapes of the American West? Stick around as we explore the enduring legacy of Bonanza. Bonanza.
How you doing, Henry? You feel you can make a few more miles?
Yeah, sure. Don't worry about me.
Well, come on then.
Bonanza brought the rugged beauty of the American West into living rooms when it premiered in 1959. Set on the sprawling Ponderosa Ranch, the show followed the Cartwright family, patriarch Ben and his 3 sons, Adam, Hoss, and Little Joe, as they faced the challenges of frontier life. Known for its rich storytelling and strong moral themes, Bonanza was groundbreaking in its portrayal of complex characters and social issues, including racism and justice. The iconic theme song and the stunning backdrop of Lake Tahoe only added to the show's appeal. Running for 14 seasons, Bonanza became one of the longest-running and most beloved westerns on television. Its legacy continues, with reruns and cultural references keeping the spirit of the Cartwrights alive for new generations. But what made Bonanza stand out in a genre filled with tales of the Old West? Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic journey through TV history. If you enjoyed reminiscing about these classic shows, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, happy watching.